Right. What's up? What's up? What's up? Happy Tuesday, everybody. Tuesday afternoon. Arizona's hot. It's crazy weather. It's summertime. Landry, you escaped the heat. Lucky you. It's
No, I didn't. It's nuts
no
here too.
humid.
Yeah, it's hot here now too. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I got to tell you, out here they say it's a dry heat, but it's not. It's just we're melting. So it's 120 degrees. We're looking for monsoon season, but it is still a beautiful day. Why? Because we are in real estate. We've got a great mindset. There's plenty of opportunity out there, and we're going to call some agents. So if you guys have not checked out this show yet, this might be your first time. This is Agent Outreach Live. My name is Ryan Zolin. I have an amazing co-host, Landry. We are out here trying to show you guys the basic road to take to getting started with real estate investing. So if you haven't done your first deal yet, the one thing that I will say that might be a little biased is that this is the best place to start. The reason we say it's the best place to start is because it doesn't cost you anything with marketing. At the end of the day, what we talk about is how you could do this strategy at the highest level possible. So what that means you could come in, you could start by going out and taking action and making calls to realtors. You could get property sent to you on or off market. You could also even go and work with real estate agents that have on market listings active already. Both are forms of agent outreach, which is why we have this show today. We wanted to show you guys how you could do the same thing from the comfort of your own home or on the beach, whichever your preference is. You can do this virtual. So I've been doing this for a few years. Our strategy, I do believe, is the best, but it also is the best just for us, which is what my primary focus is. So you have to figure out what the best place is for you to get started. Again, my only bias and personal opinion is that if you guys have just made it here today, hope that you stay. It's going to be a great turnout. Today, we've got a couple markets to pick between. Landry, which ones was it? I know Chicago was one of them just because that's home, but what was the other?
Yeah. Well, Chicago, just because I think it was in your Discord. Everybody was, there was a couple people wanting Chicago, and then there were a few people wanting Las Vegas. So
Okay. Ooh,
we
okay.
want you guys to vote between those two. Do a 1 for Las Vegas and a 2 for Chicago. And I have both those lists prepared. And whatever you guys want, that's who Ryan's going to call.
Let's go. Let's do
what we got. 1 for Las Vegas, 2 for Chicago.
And we will give you guys a minute to vote. So with that, Landry, let's get a little bit of background, some house rules, any information, links that we got to share for the people so they could follow along and understand what it is. I mean, I mentioned agent outreach, but why are you and I on the show? What's our purpose? What do we do? How do we get aligned? Let's go through all that background.
Absolutely. And here, if we should pull up my screen real quick so you guys can see this. But once again, especially for those of you that haven't been to the show before, basically Ryan goes through a list that I pull right through this amazing area we have within batch leads. And I'll share you guys a couple different links so you can take advantage of a trial and actually try it out. But agent outreach is basically just a full-on agent directory. So I simply looked up, let's say in this scenario, Chicago. I looked up a couple agents with different search criteria, like the amount of listings, how many they currently have active, what have they sold in a certain time period, etc. And then I pulled up a list of active agents. So basically, we just go down the line after having all of their information with just a couple of seconds, and Ryan starts connecting with them and making those relationships. So you guys will be able to hopefully try this out and start taking action and share it with us on future shows is our hope. But it's been awesome. It's super easy. It's a game changer. The people that I've talked to, I feel like there's no reason why you shouldn't be networking with agents. Wouldn't you say?
I mean, again, I'm biased. That's why I wanted to throw that over your way, was to get another opinion on it. I've
yeah,
I've done
100%.
both. I mean, I've done the strategy, and there's nothing against direct to seller. If you want to make that your next step in the business, I think that's a great option. But if we're talking about just getting started, is it fair to assume that you're going to make mistakes on the phone? Is it fair to assume that part of the reason you may not have already taken action is because you're scared of what could happen on the phone or in the potential deal? Is it fair to assume that you probably don't have $10,000 laying around that you could go and throw into marketing every single month just to stay relevant? And that may not even be enough to compete. I think that's a good list of just a few things that it's not to instill doubt or limiting beliefs as to why that strategy doesn't work. That's not what I'm saying. But if you don't understand that there is hurdles and no matter what it's going to be, why not start at the road where you may be able to make the same mistakes, but it doesn't cost you anything more than time? I don't know about you guys, but I would rather just lose time than time and money. So as long as you take the stuff that we're talking about, you're being actionable and you're taking the effort that we are showing you here today live for free. We want you to understand that this is a strategy that could change your life. You get one deal that doesn't cost you anything in marketing, $10,000. What does that do? Well, at that point, now you've got decisions to make. Obviously, put aside some money for some taxes. But if you could take the difference, what if you pay off credit card bills? What if you're paying off any other debts? What if you're able to go and invest that money into yourself in your future? Maybe that's education. Maybe that's into list direct to seller. Maybe that's a fix and flip. Maybe that's a rental. Those are options you have because you have money in the bank. You don't have debt on a credit card that you went and took a risk of something you didn't even know what you were doing to begin with. That's the biggest difference that I'm trying to emphasize for everybody here today. I think agent outreach is a beautiful place to start. I think it's a fair assumption to say that we've kind of mastered it. I mean, agent outreach in MLS, we're doing just fine. This is a strategy that works out, especially for us, but it doesn't need to be for you. If you want to just start here, I think this is the place to be.
Right. And you know what I think anyway is I think that whether you're an agent yourself or you are an investor, I don't
Mhm.
see why there's any reason why you wouldn't keep adding more and more skills and relationships to your tool belt. So if you're
Mhm.
like, if you start reaching out to a few agents and you're like, okay, this isn't going to be, the bread and butter of my business, but you have a few agents that if there's a situation it's not for you, you have an agent or an agent has something that they have you as an option for sellers they deal with. So it's like, why not? It's all about relationships and you guys could all do deals together. So
And
anyway,
Landry, there's one other thing too worth mentioning. I mean, those of you that are agents, I mean, has the last year been super easy for you? Were you able to go and just list a property or help a buyer and it all worked out just fine? Right now, what we're teaching on Tuesdays, I literally do calls with the people in the family tree at Real. Shout out to Matt Potter and the family tree. But we actually go out there and we do calls with the agents that are at our brokerage. You want to know what we're talking about inside the agent calls? Just to lay you guys in on a little bit of a secret. We're teaching agents how they can go and work with investor clients. So if you're an investor and you're like, why would I work with an agent? Well, guess what? When you're going and wholesaling a deal and you have a novation opportunity where you could make more money just by listing it, guess who wins? The seller wins for getting a higher price rather than a wholesale price by another investor you're competing against. You get more money because it goes on market and exposed. The agent's getting a listing, which in return is more marketing for them and more opportunities. And on top of that, the buyer's getting a deal that they found on market because there's deals there. And you're able to go and understand 4 people won in that transaction. Why wouldn't you work with a realtor? Realtors are being trained to go work with you and how to become you. So if you don't understand that there's going to be regulation where you need to get a real estate license, it's time you start working with agents if you're not already. Mic drop.
so awesome. Yeah, exactly. So if you're wondering, like, why are you here? That's why.
That's why.
So
We are
we're
here to change some lives. We are here to bless some agents and also bless ourselves. I mean, at the end of the day, this is opportunities that we're creating just by providing value to the relationships. You've got
yeah,
the screen pulled up right now. This is the software we're using to pull lists. Agents, this is literally the best place. And if you're an agent like, oh my gosh, why would I want my information there? If you're in Arizona and you're licensed, you haven't already seen this, Arizona MLS just put our addresses accessible for other realtors to see. If you don't realize that as a realtor, your information's public
yeah,
and
wow.
commercial, welcome to the show. This is the time where you should be using this list to your advantage as well and understanding how to use it rather than making excuses why this is going to take away your business. This right here is the best filtering software for being able to export and take lists of realtors to go and use. We're using this to go out and filter based off of deals sold, volume sold, amount of
Mhm.
active listings. I mean, we mentioned 2 different markets. Landry, I didn't even get a chance to see which one won.
Yeah, I
Um,
know there is a couple votes. I'm gonna go kind of through.
Yeah.
You keep
And
going
guys,
and I'll
again,
kind of
it
speak
is
to
1 if
one.
you wanted to see Las Vegas, 2 if you wanted to see Chicago. Let's see it in the chat. We want to make this as interactive as possible so we can obviously grow the show with you guys. So what we're trying to do is we're going to filter it out. Is there a specific list? It's going to depend on
Yeah.
your market. And I would say the best one to start with, given the current state that we are in, it is July of 2023. We are about, or actually August 1st of 2023. We are almost done with this year. So we are still about the halfway point. We'll call it, what is it, 8 months? We are going to pull at this point maybe 3-4 deals already sold. Amount volume, I mean, ideally around $2 to $3 million minimum. If you haven't pulled that list to start, I think that's a really good one to go with, depending on where you're at in the year. If you're at the beginning of the year, January, February, March, don't pull a list of 3+ sold. The only ones you're going to see is going to be the brokerages, the team leads that
Yeah.
are very high producers. So if you're going back and watching this, it's still July, August, whatever, towards the end of the year. Start with 3 sold already on the year. From there, you could start filtering it out based off of volume. You could start filtering it out based on city or zip code, any of those specifics. But based off of sold listings, that's the best place to start.
Yeah, absolutely. And before I forget, and it looks like we're doing Las Vegas today, by the way, because we're pretty dang even, but I think we got at
I think we
least.
got one more
Oh,
Vegas. I just got to give a shout out to
oh,
my
there
show.
we go. Yeah, guys, we were pretty dang even. I think we're gonna go with Vegas.
We got to
Plus,
go
I saw
Vegas
somebody
today.
in your Discord that said that they were really struggling in Vegas. So we really, once again, this is for you guys, and that's why when Ryan and I are going through and meeting before the show to see where we're going to be calling is to bring value to you. It's not just like random places. If you guys want to try this out, by the way, click on this link, and you guys can try it for 7 days. And it might come out a little funky. So pretty much it's just batchleads.io/Zolin, Ryan's last name, and you guys can go check it out. But give it a try. Super easy. You guys can do this even in like the lowest plan. You can pull list of sellers and buyers on the lowest plan and organize your data.
Landry, how many do they get with the
So
trial? What do they get
a
with the trial?
thousand free seller, buyer, agent leads that you guys can pull.
1,000 free leads.
1,000. Yeah. So try it out. This is all I did to get this list today. Obviously, if you guys are familiar with coming to shows on YouTube, everything has to be blurred. You're not going to see a ton of the information. We have it kind of behind the scenes. But I came into agent outreach. I clicked on the search and went to the filters. And then I went to, in this case, we did Las Vegas. And honestly, we're going to go with this every single time I pull this list of three active, not 33. There we go. Three active and three sold in the past 6 months. I swear it's like a golden list of kind of just like that perfect happy medium of you're able to get on the phone with those agents. They're super active as well. So this is what I did today. This is the list I pulled for Las Vegas.
3 active, 3 sold. So we are August 1st. August 1st. Okay. August 1st of 2023. And we have 3 active, 3 sold on the year so far. So what does that tell us, Landry? I mean, are these active realtors? Are these realtors that just do it a little bit? Like,
I honestly, from what we've collected, usually the people we're pulling up in here have done even maybe a little bit more
yep,
sold listings in that time frame, and they always tend to be. I mean, not all of them, of course, you guys will see, but they always are ready to answer their phone. They're wanting to get deals done, and they're curious about other opportunities, like the opportunities you're looking for as well, Ryan. So
absolutely.
yeah, that's all I did to pull this list. You guys go in there and try it out. Honestly, this has pulled us some really, really great agents in any market so far. We've done Dallas, we've done Houston, we've done a couple of places in Florida. We did Tampa, and now we're in Las Vegas. Oh, we did Salt Lake last week. So anyway, let's get into it. If you guys also, let me grab a couple other links. If you guys want to be participating in voting for next Tuesday, it goes by so quick. Before we know it, we're going to be there, and then we're going to go through and try to get the markets together. But a couple things. Join the community within Batch Service, and I'll teach you guys how to use it, of course. Click on this link and you guys can sign up to be in the community. And there's an area within the Slack channel, and I'm going to drop Ryan's too, that you guys can get connected and agent investors. But you'll want to come into the agent outreach section. I'll make sure everybody's tagged in there. But this is where we do a lot of our voting for you guys to be in here every single week and coming together. And we do awesome support calls within the community every week as well. And then last, let me get this link as well from Ryan to drop the Discord in there as well.
For sure. In the meantime, too, guys, if you are finding value in this show, make sure you share it with a friend. We don't charge for the show. We are here trying to make sure that we are providing value to the community. We also want to lead from the front. Obviously, like I said, I've been doing this strategy for a while, so I think it's obviously worth the value when we're able to go in and spend time throughout the week where we could go out there and call. I'm going to show you guys some tips and tricks behind the scenes, even some things we go through inside Agent Investors, our community and course. So I want to show you guys in real time how we could build these relationships, just like how on our bronze tier call on Monday that we do every single week, we were able to go out there and we showed a deal that we got on Friday. $5K non-refundable earnest money from Agent Outreach, VIP agent. We do about 10 to 15 deals a year with.
Nice.
We had it bought, sold, we're flipping it. We're actually going to go out there and we're making a slight assignment fee. We're going to flip it with our JV partners. And then at the end of the day, we're able to turn around and put a beautiful product on the market. So it's a win-win-win across the board. But we're able to show you guys real examples, real deals, and things that we're doing in real time as we're calling agents. The only thing we ask is share the video, stay interacting, comment below, like it, share it, whatever it is that we do on YouTube. Just help us out. And then obviously we could scale this together.
Yeah, absolutely. So awesome. Congrats, Ryan. I love to hear that. And I hope you guys get into click on this link as well. I know we're throwing a million links at you guys, but once again, it's all about just sharing this value. So check that out. Hopefully you guys will also share your feedback on what you'd like to see on future shows. Keep in mind for next week, we are going to bring somebody on to share your guys' wins. We'll bring that back up at the end so we can get to calling some agents. Let me send you this list, Ryan, but we want to hear from you guys too. Okay, Las Vegas.
Let's do it. And while she's getting the list over, guys, we are going to talk about intention. So we pulled the list. It is 3 active listings currently, 3 sold listings in the last 6 months. So August 1st, that would mean through February 1st, they have done at least 3 transactions on the year. Not too shabby, right? So we're going in calling agents that are in Vegas. What exactly am I going to be trying to do? There's a few different approaches. First off, you could call the agent in hopes randomly that they might be a buyer. You could also call the agent in hopes that maybe they have buyers. But if I have nothing to sell and maybe I'm just getting started, why exactly would I call an agent for looking for a buyer? Well, obviously we talk about finding our buyer first. There's a time and a place and there's intention behind what you're doing. With agent outreach in general, it's typically for acquisition. If you find deals that have currently been sold with a listing agent that represented an investor, maybe you found that an agent is an investor through a meetup or through social media. Maybe you found that some way, somehow through tax records, title company recommendation, wherever it came from, it was a referral, that agent is a buyer. That's typically when we talk about agent outreach for buyers. With that said, finding buyers should be a completely different focus and intention where you're trying to find people through all of the things I just mentioned that maybe aren't a licensed agent representing somebody in the transaction. The reason being is that it's going to come out of your assignment fee that you have to pay a commission. It just kind of gets a little bit messy. So with that said, we're trying to provide value because with that, we don't realize that when we call the agent, they might still be a buyer. They might still be somebody that would have been referred to me down the road anyway. So you might as well go out there and just build the relationship and have the conversation with them and see where it goes. So if our intention is to find opportunity, and opportunity typically relates to deals, what does that mean that I have to provide in value? Could be a proof of funds, could be a buy box, it could even be a backstory. You guys want to talk about why the show is fun? It's because you never really know where the conversation could go. Yeah. It's only a matter of time before we piss off the wrong person at the wrong time and something ends up being said that shouldn't be said on YouTube. But all that, 90% of the time, the conversations with agents, another positive as to why it's better than direct to seller, they usually don't cuss you out. They might say, there's no deals on the MLS and there's no deals in working with agents. I just buy it myself. That's fine. Those are the realtors that typically say they're in the top 1%, but we just do a lot more volume than them anyway. So that's not a realtor you'd want to work with. That's a realtor that knows how to be the best buyer and seller's agent, if that. We're trying to find the agent that is open-minded. We're trying to find the agent that is willing and motivated. We're trying to find the agent that's going to answer their damn phone. That's what we're looking for. So if we understand that the intention is value and opportunity, not just for us, but for them, because the hardest part of being an agent is to find a client, that's where this becomes a beautiful collaboration. Agent investors. So let's make some calls. Let's have some fun. Excited. Let's do it.
All right, guys, remember Las Vegas. Let's do it. Now I'm just going to be off to the side, guys, making notes. So you can do all that in Batch Leads too.
You think the first one's Wendy?
I think it
Wende.
I think it's Wendy. Yes.
It's got to be Wendy, right?
It's got to be Wendy. Wendy. Yeah. We're with it more of like a eh.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hi, I'm looking for Wendy. I'm not sure if I've got the right number.
This is her husband, Paul.
Oh, gotcha. Hey, Paul. I'm not sure if Wendy's a licensed agent or not. Just trying to find a realtor out in the Vegas area that could help me out with purchasing a property.
What about it?
Honestly, hoping to find a property. So I'm based in Arizona. You can probably tell from my area code and my phone number. But I'm expanding out to the Vegas market. We've got a bunch of connections, partnerships, crews.
Oh, thank you. We're getting ready to go in a meeting, but thank you anyway.
Okay, well, I appreciate it. Paul.
Dang, he should have passed it off to Wendy.
It's all good. Yeah, Paul just doesn't want to make money. Paul's like, Wendy, not today. It's fine. What do I do in that situation? Well, guys, in agent investors, you'd understand what I'm saying. For those of you that are not in agent investors, you basically want to put that at the lowest possible category tier out there. Why? They are alive and a realtor. Does that mean that you forget about this person and never contact them again? Absolutely not. You contact them again because you just caught them when they were walking into a meeting. You want to talk about the crazy mentality a lot of people in sales and business and entrepreneurship have? That's a deal right there. Wendy's got my money. She's got a deal. Paul's just, He's a deal blocker. That's what he is. Paul's a deal blocker. So we're just going to work on Paul. It's fine. That's his number. But when he's out of that meeting, he's just going to get a nice, lovely text saying, hey, think I just caught you at a bad time. I'm looking for help finding a property. Do you think you could still help me out? Direct to the point. Perfect. He's going to say yes or no, piss off. Absolutely not. Here's my wife's cell, something along those lines. You don't know until you try. And in this line of sales, what I always use is that you don't ever leave any stone left unturned. So in this case, tier 1, we're going to follow up with maybe once every 2.5, 3 months after we send this initial text. I'm going to make a note. Paul just walked into a meeting. So if I'm going to send a text, Paul calls, we're able to look at our database and say, oh, wait, Paul's just a busy realtor that was walking into a meeting and his wife's Wendy. So whether he's got her phone hacked or something, or it was just the wrong number, Paul's our point of contact. That's the kind of notes I'm making. That's my thought process. That's what my next steps would be. More importantly, we're on to the next call. Not going to lose any feelings. I'm not going to have to go take a lap around the room and be like, oh, that was the worst call ever. I feel so sorry for myself. If you've not done direct to seller, you're laughing at this because you're like, oh, then, yeah, I'd already be making the next call. He's rambling. For those of you that have not made your first call, that's the first one you get. Easy.
Next one. Yeah, there you go.
Tanya's got my deal.
Tanya.
You guys like that line, deal blocker? Just came to be.
I liked it.
It's not what popped up in my head, but I was like, well.
Hello, this is Tanya.
Hey, Tanya. My name is Ryan. I'm trying to find an agent out in Vegas. I'm not sure if I got the right number or not.
Yeah, I'm a realtor.
Perfect. I'm trying to find someone that could help out. I don't know if you work with buyers. I'm just trying to find a property myself that I could buy. But I'm not sure if it's like a fix and flip or like a buy and hold property, but we're trying to expand out to the Vegas market.
Okay. Are you looking for stuff to fix up, or what are you looking
Yeah,
for?
absolutely. That's what we've done out in Arizona. I'm sure you could tell my area code. I'm out of town. We have all the pieces in play. We've got partnerships. We've got some joint ventures. I've even got a couple of my partners out there that are their buyers. What we're trying to just kind of like really solidify now is a realtor relationship to help us with some paperwork, comping the properties if need be. We're typically pretty good at that kind of stuff, but I just obviously am not licensed, so I can't see all the stuff that's available on market. But I was hoping you could kind of be like my eyes and ears of any opportunities.
Yeah, there's a lot of, everybody's calling about these every day. We get about 6 calls. You can send me your info, and if I have stuff that pops up, I'm definitely able to pop it over to you.
Sure. Let me ask you. You get like 6 of those a day. What do you typically do? Is there like a pool of them? Is it just kind of like set it, forget
There's
it?
Not a lot of listings. We have like 3,000 listings on MLS right now. It's crazy. Our inventory is so low.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going half the time. They don't even hit the market.
Yep.
Especially flips. Regular homes do. If they're really nice, they've got multiple offers on them right now, so they're going over list. So it just kind of depends. Our inventory is low, so it's just changed a lot out here.
Okay. Let me ask you this: do you primarily work then listings, or do you work with buyers?
I do both. We have a team.
Guys, I'm not weak. It just wasn't open.
We do both.
Okay. Gotcha. And you own the team? Are you on the team?
Yeah, I have a team. We have a team of 25 agents.
Wow. Okay. Do you guys have like do you guys have an investment department?
Yeah, we do flips. We have a full construction company. We do everything. So that's, like I said, a lot of times we have our direct investors that.
So why would you do agent outreach?
As well.
So you guys are flipping then too. Where are you guys getting most of the deals? Is it kind of direct to seller then?
Just a couple of them that we got were just people that called us to list the house, and we ended up buying them.
Okay.
So, but we get stuff that, we're not ready to do, or stuff, stuff like that. So you can definitely send me your info, and I'll be happy, if
For sure. Yeah. I don't mean to take up too much of your time, just kind of trying to figure out if there's a way we could still do business together. If you guys.
There might be. If there's something that pops up, I can definitely. I'm just saying there's just not a lot on the market.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It might change. I've done it 24 years, so it could change. You know what I mean? Tomorrow. You never know. Our market goes up and down all the time. So.
Gotcha.
Just right now, I'm not seeing a ton of flips. There's so many offers on it that investors are paying over on them right now.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, yeah. And honestly, just to kind of give you a quick little background, we're definitely open to being an easier buyer for you. So if there comes across you come across a property, let's say where you were going to list it and it was something you guys were just going to end up buying yourself, I would even be open to it if possible. If you guys wanted to wholesale it to us, we are all day long open to any kind of way possible of doing a joint venture where we can find a way to provide value to you, make it a win-win scenario for everybody. We'd obviously get a deal that we could flip, but then you guys wouldn't have to take on any kind of construction costs or anything. You could just wholesale it to us. Not sure if that's an option or not, but
it could be.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. Yeah, I'll keep your number, or if you want to send me a text message with all your info,
You got
I'll
it.
keep it in my phone and let you know.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much
Okay.
for taking the call, and I appreciate your time.
Right on. Have a good day.
Bye. No stone left unturned. That's exactly
There you go.
All the right questions. You got to get to the bottom of the situation. How easy would it have been if she's like, there's no deals? Okay, click, done.
You're like, oh, dang it. Okay.
I made a call today. I'm so good. No. Job is not done. We are like, okay, well, tell me more. There's no deals available. So what do you do? Oh, you work with buyers, sellers. You're a team lead. Man, I hope you're not telling your team that there's like no deals out there, because that's kind of like killing camaraderie. But also, what else did she say? She's a buyer. You flip. Where do you get your deals?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, direct to seller. You don't list them. You just buy them. Well, shoot. Okay. How about we see if she'd be open to wholesaling the deals to us? Am I going to go create some crazy long daisy chain? No. But if I can commit non-refundable earnest money of $5,000 from myself, my joint venture partner, a buyer, whoever it is, can we commit giving her a guaranteed price where she doesn't have to take on the stress of the project? Are we able to go and get ourselves put into a deal? Is our buyer happy? Is our partners happy? Hard money lenders are happy. Neighbors are happy. Title companies are happy. I'm pretty sure everybody's happy in that transaction. So we got to the bottom of it. I saw a comment that said, where are you making these notes? A CRM contact? You can actually make the notes in batch. So the reason we're doing this show, you could use the software as an all-in-one, from data to calls to dialer to notes. You could do it all. I personally use a CRM that is like a third-party site. It's kind of exclusive at the moment to our agent investors community. But we're going in there basically doing our follow-ups, our letters of intent, our phone calls, all of that stuff. So just any kind of contact, relationship management, customer relationship management, any CRM would work. If I was just getting started and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't have money to spend, I wouldn't spend it. What I would do is I would make calls to realtors. I would go out there and I would use Google spreadsheets, make a free Gmail account, use spreadsheets, use a notepad, find a way just to get started. If you're at the point where you have a couple $100 and you might even be a little bit more serious about trying to further your education faster, great. Take the fast pass, invest into education, invest into softwares like this that make your life so much easier. The reason that we're out here to promote is not just to say, go batch. To tell you guys transparently, I've been trying to say this for the last 2 years with batches. Let's do agent outreach. The reason agent outreach is here we all are. This is exactly what I've been looking for. This is the exact tool that you should be using too. You can use all the free resources. Is it going to be easier? Absolutely not. That's where the softwares, the systems, the organization, and the actual consistency within those makes you more successful.
Yeah. And Ryan, if you want to throw this up too, I just blurred it, but off to the side, if you're like, where is Landry looking? I've just been kind of listening to the call and putting down any notes. This is literally on the same exact page. I pulled the list in 3 seconds. I saved the list in another one. And then I just opened up the information of kind of going down the line. And I can't show it behind here, but basically you're able to see all of their stats as well. Listings that have canceled, expired, that are active currently under this specific agent. So we're not going into all of Tanya's details, but you can see over here, I put a heart next to her, put some notes down that she'd be even open to wholesaling to Ryan, anything that she comes across, just anything that she brought up in that call, because there was a lot of different stones that Ryan turned over. So you guys could do it all right here if you already have an account, or if you're going to try it out, just keep it all in one place. I don't have to export this and put it anywhere. It's just kind of right there. So
Victor wants to know, does batch really just give us the agent's phone number? Is it that easy?
Yeah. I wish I could show you guys the whole page. Oh, if you guys get into the Slack community, we're going to post a webinar. We showed the whole thing. Yeah. Ryan and I showed the whole thing for you guys. And you can just see there's like tips and tricks in there. Let me know if you guys need the link again for that. But yeah,
guys,
their straight up phone number.
It's not our fault. It's YouTube. Love YouTube, but also they don't want us giving out information that is a commercial number that is public data. So we have to abide by their rules because we're on their platform. So if you guys wanted to see that, make sure to check out in the Slack. We're calling Mindy.
Okay, Mindy. Cool.
And 1 for 2, Paul who? Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Awesome. Did you say your name is Mindy? That's who I was hoping to call.
That's me.
Awesome. What's up, Mindy? I'm an investor out in Arizona. I'm trying to find an agent in Vegas. Trying to find fix and flips. I'm sure you're getting a bunch of these calls. I know how crazy that market is. We're just kind of in that category as well. We're trying to find a deal. Not sure if you guys have anything. Just trying to do some due diligence with agents in the area.
Well, you need to tell me what type of deal and what is your name?
My name is Ryan. I'm an investor out in Arizona. I have done some fix and flips. We've got some rentals, but as the last year has kind of changed, we've been looking at other markets. Florida's been a good one to us, and so now we're kind of stepping foot into Vegas. We've got some contractors lined up. I've got all the stuff that I need to get the deals done. The only thing I'm missing, I guess it's a couple things. First off, obviously deals. Second is a realtor that could help us out. So whether it's like listing the property with us after it's done, helping us acquire it. I don't really want to waste your time. I'm sure you're super busy, so I don't want to be the person asking you to like help us run numbers. But if I could maybe get some insight, if you think an area is good or up and coming, just kind of helping and guiding us is what I'm looking for from the agent, a part of our team.
I mean, I can help and guide you for sure, but at this moment, I don't have any listings that are in need of or any listings that are in need of any dire help or anything like that.
For sure. And I don't think that necessarily, I mean, if you had something great, but if not, I feel like it's always kind of like that blue Jeep analogy, you know, like no one has a blue Jeep and then you go and you buy one, you drive it off the lot and suddenly everybody has a blue Jeep. So I think that now that we're talking about deals, you never know. I mean, you could come across something, but if you do, I just was hoping that we could stay front of mind. And then if there's anything that we could do to provide value to you too, whether it's, like I said, giving you guys some listings or finding a way that if I get any referrals of people looking to buy or sell, I can send them over your way. Our whole goal is just to create a win-win relationship with the people that we work with.
Okay. Do you want to send me like an email or a text message?
Absolutely. What's better for you?
Either one.
Okay.
You can text.
Cool.
Fine.
I'll send you over a text. I'll just kind of give you background on what we've done and maybe some of our past flips. If you need anything from us or if there's any kind of like agreement or anything that we could sign or whatever you need, just let us know. We're super easy to work with. What we did out in Arizona, we had a realtor that was kind of doing the same gig and they did like 30 transactions with us in a year. So if we could replicate that in other markets, we know how much everybody could make and what it comes out to. So that's why we started expanding out to different markets. So.
Gotcha. And are you guys like, how many beds, baths, like what is the criteria?
I mean, minimum would be like 2. In a perfect world, 3. But because of the lack of inventory out there available, 2 I'd be open to. But 2-bedroom, at least 2-bathroom. The 1-bathrooms have kind of gotten me stuck in the past where take a chance on them and they just don't ever end up panning out. So 2, single family home, condo. I want to say purchase price up to like $1 million, but like comfortably it's more around like 750-ish. We'd be paying cash. Sometimes transparently, I do use hard money or private money. I mean, if I could use other people's money, like most investors should say, the better. So anything along those lines. I'm not sure if there's stuff that pops up. We've done some stuff out in Henderson. I'm not too familiar with the area, but anything around that surrounding, I mean, seems like the valley's pretty small over there. That's where I, again, just would need some help kind of pinpointing what the best areas are.
Okay. That sounds good. Yeah, send me over your info and then I'll keep my eyeballs out for you and
perfect.
Go from there.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thanks. Super formal, well-spoken, try to keep the same tone, got to match it. Notice how when she answered, I don't know if it was just a phone glitching out or what, or if it was just like foreshadowing, but she sounded like she was whispering. So I had from like a 10 to like a 4.
Yeah, matched it, brought it back down to her. Well, that seems like a good contact. You know, by the end, she started asking about what you're looking for. So maybe she could get right off the phone and start working at that. Who knows?
And this is where it is a numbers game. Are you going to call 10 sellers and get 10 deals? If you say yes, I will sign up for your program. But what I want you to be very honest with is you're not going to call 10 people and get 10 deals. I think more realistically for people that are very, very good with sales skills, people that have good quality leads and have actually teed it up, whether it's through their team, through their marketing, or whatever the case is, 75% close rate's typically pretty good. So that's still 7 out of 10. That means 3 of the times you're not going to be walking away with anything. We've made, what is this, 1, 2, 3 phone calls?
Yeah.
3 phone calls, and we've had 2 really good conversations. That's not too shabby. So
I agree.
let's
By
go
the
ahead.
way, I see a quick note, just FYI for anybody playing around with this, and Adam, I appreciate you answering that too in the chat, is you do have to, there's going to be basics. You guys are still going to have all of their contact information, all the things you need to start reaching out to the agent. But really, you're probably only going to want to make notes on the agents that you actually reach out to and want to save to your database. So keep in mind, if any of you guys are like wondering why you don't have all the extra tabs, you do have to save it to a list to get like your notes and the activities tab on like what you've done with it. But everything else, you don't even have to save it to your account. So do keep that in mind. Great question. By the way, Nav, great question on how often is it updated. It should just be a daily update, you know, just like with any of our data within Batch, is as soon as we have that, then we reflect it for you guys. So there shouldn't, I think it's going to be different everywhere, but as soon as something's updated with all of the different providers we have, then you guys will see that reflected, is the idea. So
great note as well. It's how I started. You guys want to know what my first like $250,000 looked like in wholesaling with agents?
Yes.
A cell phone, a spreadsheet, and I had a little notepad that I was like, and if you looked at it, probably think there's like, this guy needs to be like wrapped up, tied up, put in a freaking cell. Like there's no way this makes any sense.
Oh my
God. It was just that unorganized. And obviously there's benefits to using systems like Google Spreadsheets, or if you are able to use a software like Batch. The reason why I think it's a great idea for Batch is because it's all in one. I mean, if you don't have to jump around from tab to tab to tab of your dialer to your spreadsheets to your CRM to your data, it's a lot. And if you are like me and you're all over the place as an entrepreneur, if you don't have a good integrator, because that's a whole other conversation, you need to make it as simple as possible. So what is simple? 3 phone calls, 2 very good conversations with 2 realtors in a market that is extremely competitive that are willing to bring me opportunities. I didn't say every person I'm going to call is going to bring me a deal. But if I could tell you right now that the first conversation with Paul, tier 1, tier 2 is people that are interested, willing, and motivated. Those are my last 2 phone calls. See how we start categorizing the realtors, that as at a certain point, you're going to have a bunch of VIP agents that are bringing you multiple deals a year. And even if you just have 10 realtors, 2 deals a year, you've got 20 transactions. Did you know the average realtor doesn't even hit 10? So if the average realtor doesn't even hit 10 deals in a year, and through 10 agent relationships, just 10, you're able to get 2 deals from each. You're doing twice as much volume as a really good agent. The ones that I'm not talking are team leads. The ones that I'm not talking have been doing this for 20 something years, that have 20 agents working for them, that have 15 different streams of income. That's not what this is. We're trying to build genuine relationships, and we're making the notes. So Landry, also too, I haven't said this yet. I appreciate you taking notes and filling us in for all the stuff that Batch has to offer.
Yeah, got your back for all these good combos.
Jason's kind of deal for us.
Yes.
Hi, this is Jason Shelkey with the Shelkey Group at Keller Williams Realty Las Vegas. I'm not able to take your phone call at this time, as I'm either with a client or in a meeting.
So when you're talking to a realtor, leaving a voicemail, if you choose to do this, you just need to create enough interest as to why they'd want to call you back.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
At the tone, please record your message.
Mitch, yes, we are investors looking for deals. We're agents looking to work with other agents. What's up, Jason? My name is Ryan. I'm an investor out in Arizona, trying to build some relationships with some people out in Vegas. Just wanted to reach out, introduce myself, trying to find some deals. So not sure if you've got that, or if you know somebody that you could refer me to. Just trying to get you paid. Give me a shout back. This is my cell. Thanks. So that one, straight to the point. If you're trying to be the guy that's like, or girl that's like, hey, I don't know what to say, I'm trying to be as genuine and authentic as possible, I would take exactly what I just said there. Mitch asked a great question too. So he says, you guys are a bunch of investors looking for deals. Short story, yes. Long story, relationships. We're looking to build a business. So if you're new to real estate and you don't have relationships, you have nothing. I don't care how much money you have in the bank. I don't care what leg up or who you know going into this. If you don't have relationships that are able to bring you multiple deals every year, every month for that matter, your business has a time frame. So what we're trying to create and show, I've been doing this for 7 years, going on 8 here soon. My 7 years has taught me that the only reason I'm able to be here with authority and talk with confidence is from as many failures as I've had. I've found just a little bit of success, and especially in this strategy. So what I'm trying to do is really show you guys by leading from the front what the backbone of my strategy and what the core values that we have are. Not playing games, not trying to jump around hoops, not trying to pretend to be somebody. Yes, we're trying to have some fun on the show, trying to throw out some random words and throw out random phrases just to get people over the hurdle to understand that agent outreach doesn't need to be some scary big bad wolf method. This is something that you could go in with ease from the comfort of your own home, with or without experience. If whole other conversation, if you're an agent or an investor already and you're not doing this strategy, like Landry said earlier, just leaving money on the table. It's nothing personal. It's not bad. It all depends on what you're looking for. If you're finding a lot of success in direct to seller, I applaud you. You did much better and you stayed consistent. You did something that I was never able to do myself. But in this strategy, this is what saved me. This is what kept me in real estate. And also, too, this is what I still continue to do day in and day out. So you just have to find what strategy it is that works for you. Our goal is really to just show people what's out there and how to get started without having to go and break the bank, whether that's investing into a mentorship or having to drop tens of thousands of dollars a month in marketing. So.
Yeah, and Ryan, you should do your next call. We should do somebody that's like brand spanking new in the business. If you could, I think it'd be good for people. Like if you could position it in the way of you, this is your first call to an agent. Drop the word wholesale. I think it, I don't know.
Hello. Hey, Valentina, can you hear me? Hello. Hi, can you hear me? She was inside.
I think she's in the car or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Calling Heidi.
Hello, Heidi.
Hey Heidi, my name is Ryan. I'm an investor. I was trying to find. I'm not sure. Are you still a realtor out in Vegas?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. I'm not sure if you could help me or not. I'm trying to find an agent that could represent me as like a buyer's agent. We're trying to find some deals for flips. I'm based in Arizona, but we're trying to find it in a different market just because it's been competitive out where we're at. But not that it might or might not be more competitive in Vegas, but just trying to find a realtor that could help.
All right, you're welcome to. If you want to shoot me your email address and the criteria you're looking for, I can certainly put you on my investor list. I've got several that I try to search for property for.
So if you're new, just set the expectation.
381070 number.
7653.
Okay, no, that's my office number. So my cell number, or if this is your cell number, I can shoot you a message.
Yeah, you could. If you could just shoot me a text with your cell, that would be perfect. I'm honestly just trying to find a deal, and like I'm not sure if it's realistic or not, but I would really like to find something in the next 30 days. I don't want to waste your time. I want to be super respectful of it. I've got all the pieces in place. I just don't have a realtor. So, I mean, if you have something that is popping up, maybe you know of someone that has a listing, or if you even wanted to just see if there was something on the MLS that we could write an offer on. I'm just wanting to make sure like I push my like point of I can sign a contract today. I could show you anything like my partners have done. We've done a lot of like joint ventures and stuff. So we have like past deals we could show you as like a reference, but our goal is just to be transparent.
Yeah, basically I would just need to know the criteria you're looking for, price range, that kind of thing. Unfortunately, our market, we have low to medium inventory right now. So, I've got a lot of investors who want to really lowball stuff, and it's just not happening.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, I wouldn't waste your time or mine, and I will tell you,
sure.
I think it's, not going to happen. But I will shoot you a text with my email, and you can send me your criteria that you want to stay under, get as specific as you can.
Okay.
And I will see what's out there and if I have anything that works for you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
Bye. So the only thing I kind of stepped the line of experience versus no experience, I said I have JV partners that have done deals. So if you're at the point where I've never done a flip, I don't have rentals, I've never done a wholesale deal. What is real estate? Use that line. I have joint venture partners. I have people I've joint ventured with. I have partners. I have buyers. This question I've left up on the screen. How do you change your intro if you're a realtor? I will do this on the next one.
Okay.
So how do you change your intro if you are a realtor? you're going to see, and not to give away the spoiler, the intro doesn't change. At what point do I disclose I'm a realtor? At the point it's necessary. I'm not withholding information, but if you enter every single conversation saying, hello, I'm a realtor, stop it. Stop it. Does a dentist walk into the grocery store? Hello, I'm a dentist. No. Is there legalities that are different in real estate and in dentistry? Yes. But in real estate, if you understand your legality, you don't need to go in and say from the start, I'm a realtor. Your intention is being an investor first. I haven't even gotten to the point of disclosures of anything with representation. Do you think that in every deal I represent myself? Because if you're a realtor watching this, this is a great wake-up call. Just because you have a real estate license doesn't mean you need to use it. Completely contrary to a lot of the stuff I talk about and teach. Do I use mine? Yes. Do I make good money as a realtor? Yes. Do I go out and show homes to buyers and sellers actively? Absolutely not. I use my license as an advantage because if there are deals on market in a state that I'm licensed in and I have access to the MLS, if I'm going to rely on Joe Schmo to write up an offer for me, I might as well write it up myself. Now, situationally, Joe Schmo has the listing, multiple offers, market like Vegas. Am I going to be able to go in and write every offer? Probably not. Joe Schmo is going to have to represent, do a dual agency. If you're in that state, and I always get this question, Ryan, my state doesn't allow dual agency. Unrepresented is your next option. Not everyone realizes in your market you don't need a real estate agent to be involved in a transaction. For whatever reason, we always think direct to seller, for sale by owner, FSBOs, right? That this is just a magic concept. Everyone forgets that just because you're a licensed realtor, you don't need to be involved in the transaction. You want to be involved in the transaction. In fact, if anything, you're welcome for being a part of the transaction. You're lucky that you as a realtor got employed by a seller. And not to piss a lot of realtors off, but it's not even your listing. Unless you're the broker owner of the company you work for and hang your license with, you don't even own the listing. So you're just getting a marked up fee as an agent. All that said, I understand why agents are valuable. I am a licensed agent. But if you don't understand that agents, the only reason that there's going to be more of you recently is not just because the bar is lower, but because of the regulation that investors are going to be given, you better watch out if you're an agent and you don't know how to play in the investment world. So with my disclosures, what am I going to have to do? My name is Ryan. I'm an investor. I'm looking for properties. Can you help me out? If you wanted to go in and say you're a realtor, if you want to take that approach, knock yourself out. You could say, hey, hello, my name is Ryan. I'm a realtor out at Real Broker in Arizona, trying to find an agent in Vegas. What would you think from agent to agent? Why would he be calling me? That's what I would think if I was the guy in Vegas. I'd be like,
I see.
What kind of referral does this guy want? And why is he going to ask for 50%? And then I've got to backtrack and say, I'm not looking to give you a referral. I'm not even asking for a referral. I'm just trying to find properties myself. It might be a little bit of call it an icebreaker, a conversation starter, might be able to take their walls down. I can make the same argument. It puts them even higher. So what you have to really get to the point of is, why are you calling them? There is no agency being disclosed right now because I'm not asking to be the realtor. I'm not asking for them to represent me. I might ask for them to represent me in a transaction. And the only disclosure then I would put in, hey, my entity has a licensed real estate agent in Arizona. That's it. That's my disclosure. That's my legality. That's what I have to do. So.
Wow, that was really good to break down too, especially with, I think focusing on why you're calling so that you can think about, just like with anything, you can think about what the agent is going to be thinking. Oh my gosh, my cat's crawling behind me.
Like, tail.
I know. Like, what is the agent going to be thinking with the way you're opening the conversation? I've seen you do it a couple of times where it's to maybe bring the walls down. And like you're saying, it could be a whole other side where maybe it brings them back up. But sometimes you're just like, hey, like I know like about this world.
Like the other guy that I talked to the other day in Texas, which I'm not even gonna go into the back. I know it was weird. But the conversation with Texas guy, the dude was over there telling me about how he was such high accolade of a realtor. What do you think would have happened if I talked to him and said, hey, I'm a realtor? He would have tried to recruit me to his team. He would have tried to get me to go to he already tried to get me to go to his event. He would have tried to get me to go and do all these things for him to better his business, not thinking as a realtor that I would be a client that he needs to give best interest to. If I'm not a realtor in that situation, which I still am, I just didn't disclose it yet because there's no need to. At that point, he's more inclined to help me and he's trying to be the authority figure.
Yeah. Understanding to have that role. Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to be here is I want to be the guy to show you from the agent perspective. I don't think it's often you hear about agent outreach and you hear from an agent's perspective what the agent is actually going to think on the other side. Mm-hmm. It's easy to be the investor. And I hate to say it's easy because I don't want to piss people off. It is easy for me to go and be an investor because I already know what an agent's thinking, feeling, wanting, and probably even going to say. So
Yeah, it's good to think about that just in any relationship too.
Marcellus Wallace, Ryan, I've noticed you leverage your credibility. That last call we just did, that's what I would say is a great one to go back and rewatch. Look at Connor's comment here. Bro, thank you for what you do. I've changed my mindset from doing this deal with realtors to just making a relationship. I've had multiple leads to work through already. It's crazy. And boom.
Oh, heck yeah.
Let's go,
Nice, Connor.
That's what we're talking about. Locked up my first deal that closes this month. Let us know when it is closed, how much money you made, what your social is, what your billing address, shipping. I'm just kidding, dude. Awesome job. You are a stud. That's exactly what we want to see. We want to see people taking action. If you have questions, you make mistakes, great. If you've heard what I've said earlier, even on this show and in past shows, I am not more successful. I've just failed more. And even so, I'm at the tip of the iceberg here. I'm far from where I want to be. I'm far from the end goal. But I've just put it together a good amount of pieces in this strategy specific. So if I can be that light for you guys, I want you guys to do the same for other people. Just bring your questions to Slack, bring your questions to our Discord. If you understand that we literally have free coaching where calls like this are being made every single day, I'm not in it, full transparency, but my amazing community of people are doing these calls every day as a community. You don't need to go out there and be on the stage. You don't need to have the spotlight on you. They might challenge you, but if you just want to be a fly on the wall, you want to just hear other people say it. Ryan, you're amazing on the phones. You're so charming and amazing and good looking at. Thank you. I get it. I get it. Just kidding. But understanding that this is, again, we're 7 years down the road of being an agent to becoming an investor and doing this strategy for the last 3 years. I know what I'm doing. But if you want to see also different perspective from people that have still done deals, 30, 40, 50 deals, 10 deals, people that are still trying to get the same deal, that's community. There is nobody that's going to walk in and say, I'm the best of the best. I got this all figured out. And if they do,
they don't.
They don't.
Behind the scenes, they really don't.
The people that are the loudest are sometimes the most insecure, and that's okay. I just think that what it comes down to is you're playing your own game. Steve Trang is the one that instilled this in me, and so I'm going to try to share the same mentorship that I got from him.
He's awesome.
Charging a lot of money for. I was able to say, hey, well, why don't I share that information with you guys, which is if you're playing your own game, what does it matter what other people are doing? Your version and your story, it's a completely different book. Forget what chapter you're on. We might be on the same chapter or similar stories for that, but the book is different. So if the book is different and you're in your own story and you're writing your own story, you can't worry about all the other variables that have nothing to do with you. All you could focus in on is, are you doing stuff like this every single day? I refer to this with my team as green time. If you're not spending at least 4 hours of green time a day, you might as well get a job. 4 hours of green time a day. Somebody asked earlier, they're like, oh, well, how much is the minimum amount of time to go make X amount of dollars? It depends. Depends on your market. Depends on your skill set. Depends on how intentional you are. If your 4 hours a day are spent doing logos and all this stuff that doesn't matter, you're not making money. If you're able to go in and spend 4 hours a day, and I've seen people literally in our community Discord in the mornings hit 200 phone calls before it's even 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're in business. Now we're starting to see success. We're starting to see results. You're starting to see Connor. Connor, that's exactly what we're talking about. That's the breakthroughs. So let's get another call. Let's end
and with this, guys, I have this in here. I'm going to keep bugging you guys with these links. And I think I can't remember who it was. I was trying to find the chat from earlier. If you guys missed it, I don't know exactly how the chats work out. That might come out a little wacky. Sorry about that. I smushed them all into one, but there's the for you guys to try batch leads for 7 days free. There's the community one where I run that and I teach you guys how to use the systems too without blurring. Where you guys can actually know how to use your tools, because who wants to pay for something that you don't know how to use? And then you guys can get into Ryan's Discord where he's talking about all these amazing calls that they do every single day. So it's just like value, amazingness. No, yeah,
is a stud. This dude is crushing it every day. They actually have like a going theme at the moment where it's like a competition. There's a spreadsheet and you get points based off of if they answered the phone. There's a certain amount of dials before it's on to the next person. So when you want to talk about like true collaboration and also healthy competition, you have support.
Yeah, you need pushing. Yeah, you need somebody to push you into the accountability. Yeah, love
it. And also too, just got to throw out some love for Connor.
Yeah, everybody's there with you, Connor. Awesome.
All right, I'm gonna skip down. I'm feeling it right here.
Who's next? I think it's you already called. Maybe you should pick somebody random that you're.
Yeah, let's go Shauna. Shauna.
Okay, Shauna.
Verizon Wireless.
Oh.
It's a kid friendly show. I'm just kidding. Who am I calling? Kent.
Kent. Okay, love it.
Jonas Altroci, this is John.
Hey, John. Not sure if I got the right number. I'm trying to find an agent out in Vegas. I was looking for Kent. Not sure if I called like an office number or something like that.
Yeah, you got the office number. Yeah, Kent's my partner.
Oh, gotcha.
I can give you Kent's cell phone number, or maybe I can help you.
Yeah. Just trying to find a realtor that could help me out. I'm based in Arizona, but we are expanding out to Vegas as like a virtual market, and we're looking for some deals. I'm sure you get a bunch of spam calls and texts and all that, which is why I just figured I would call you myself off my cell. Trying to be a little bit different, but also to kind of playing the same game.
Yeah, we do get a ton of those calls and texts and emails and everything.
Do you guys work with investors, or what do you guys do?
We do, but we don't. I'll be honest, we don't get, if we get a great deal, we take it ourselves, to be honest with you.
Sure.
But I don't have, I don't have anything in pipeline right now. We do get stuff that comes up. If you want to, send me a text, I can give you my cell phone number, and
watch this
database, so to speak. But I don't have anything off the top of my head.
Sure. Well, let me ask you this. I told you we're based in Arizona. I've got a few people that I don't know if you call them like joint venture partners or whatever, that are sending me some stuff too. They're more like wholesalers, and some of the stuff that I've been looking at just to kind of familiarize myself with the market, it seems to be a little tight, and so I'm just passing on it. I don't know if it'd be of value to you at all if I passed it along your way to see if you guys would be interested in it. I can make sure that the fee that is made is paid out of that other guy's wholesale fee rather than charging you guys additional money. But I don't know if that's something that would be of value or interest. My whole goal here is just to really see if there's a win-win that we could provide value on all sides.
Yeah, that might be a good thing. Like I said, we don't do a ton of them, but if a
Sure.
great deal.
Okay. Well, not to like completely flip the script, but like a good deal to you, is that like a specific percentage or dollar amount or area?
No,
I'm qualifying him now.
Something that makes sense. We're not, like I said, we're not flippers by any means.
Sure.
I'm
just good deals. I got you. Okay.
Yeah, just something that we don't have like a 20% margin or 25% like a lot of you guys have. But
cool.
Just something that makes sense that we could, But yeah, send me your information. I can give you my cell phone number.
Yeah.
Give me an email address. That's better.
Yeah, let's do that. I got your email written down. I will keep you guys in mind. And then also too, just likewise, hopefully from you guys to me, if there's anything that pops up, I just want to be kind of saved in your phone as the easiest buyer you'll ever work with in Vegas. So
all right, I'll put it in there.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate you.
All right,
bye. I fumbled, but I had it. That was it. And guys, that's also a good example. I was like, words. It's not all rainbows and butterflies, but it ended on.
I thought it was great.
So we went from no deals again to just to be honest with you, I'll keep them myself. One of my favorite lines. Okay, awesome. You'll keep it yourself. What are you looking for? John, I think his name was Kent. What?
Yeah, John. He's partners with Kent. Yeah.
Cool. And how do I want to be remembered? Well, I want to be remembered as the easiest buyer that you'll ever work with in Vegas. I also qualified him out, asked him what his buy box was. We were trying to get to the point of figuring out how can we work together. How many of you guys, if you do make these calls, get to the point in a conversation where you're like flatline? You feel like it's awkward. You feel like there's that, thanks, bye. Or I've done this. You hang up the phone. You're like, thank gosh, nobody is watching me. It's okay. You're human. What I like to say is that, again, the not leaving any stone left unturned. Ask more questions. Get better at asking questions and understanding what questions you're even trying to ask. The rest of it all kind of comes together. This doesn't need to be anything beautiful to start. This is progress, not perfection, even myself included. There's plenty of growth that's going to be happening, and I love doing these calls for you guys and with you guys. If you guys are trying to find a community where you could do these calls together, make sure to check out our Discord, agentinvestors.com/Discord. You could check out all the information about what our community is about, what we're doing. This isn't a sales pitch. I'm literally telling you about our free coaching in our free community. There's no roadblocks. There's no games. There's no gimmicks. This is just us trying to collaborate, lead from the front, and help all you guys out. We love this show. I love spending time with you guys on Tuesdays, and we appreciate you. Landry, any last thoughts?
Just let us know, guys, in the chat. We talk about it all the time. We hope that you guys will share your honest feedback, because this isn't something that we're looking to end soon. We're going to continue this show as long as you guys are enjoying it and finding value. And we want to do different things, once again, just to really call that out. Be trying to take action in your guys' own businesses, or do something that scares you this next week, and share your wins, next Tuesday. We want to hear from you guys. Hit the like button if you guys are enjoying the show. I definitely look forward to it every week and have a ton of fun on these, and just want you guys to have a ton of value. So that's the name of the game for sure.
Love it. And now I've asked, just to end it, which plan includes this agent outreach feature, basic or plus?
Basic, $99 a month, drive for dollars, pulling lists, agent outreach, stacking your list. Guys, the best.
Matchleads.io/Zolin. We appreciate you guys. We'll see you next week. Hope you guys have a great week.
Thanks, everybody.
Peace out.